Hello gang, welcome back down to Transport Fever 2, the Deluxe series. Look at us getting more episodes out. This is what I wanted to do. And you can see just here at, oh, got a train coming past, nice. Oh, that's good timing actually. You can see we've had a little bit of work done to the actual freight terminus down here in Dayton. To bring it up to sort of spec. If we actually go over here, we've got some nice sheds along the line. We've got, try and make the camera work a bit nicer. This is our conveyor belt system. Just here we've got some trucks and ore trucks and freight stuff going on down here. We've got buildings smoking and doing lots of stuff. So you could imagine if we just pretend, and I looked at trying to do conveyor belts over the top or some kind of system where I could look like we're funneling the ore over the top to the station, but we're gonna just, for happenstance sake, say that the ore actually gets delivered underneath and up to the station in one of these buildings, like across in a conveyor belt section. That's how it, like the whole underground work section, we're going to pretend it's like that. Okay, we've got a busy episode ahead of us today. You can have a look. That's the overhead just there of the actual picture itself. We've got a busy episode today because we're going to be hooking up the passenger service from here down to Inglewood. So Dayton down to Inglewood's finally going to get its connection as well. We've got a little bit of an upgrade to do there, and we're going to kick off by we're going to also get kicked on with hooking up the airport from Inglewood back over to BR on the other corner of the map, but we actually have to put in an airport over there. So I've got a little bit of a, we're going to put in like the airport built out into the water a little bit, much like we did the port over there. And that will allow the planes to fly in between the canyons, I'm pretty sure, at a much easier rate. Okay, so busy episode ahead of us. We're actually going to kick off with a little bit of time lapse so I can actually get some decoration stuff done to the passenger side of things here. You can see the freight stuff's looking good, but the passenger side's looking a little bit lackluster. Things like I want to retain these tunnels just here a little bit. I want to give them just something to retain. I want to put some fencing up around there for the passengers for safety wise, and maybe potentially even some garden work. You know, just a little bit of color for the passenger side, and maybe some sign work. Before we do that though, we'll just come down here because actually we can go to like this now. We're going to, we can see we've got 275 odd sitting on the deck. We've only got 20 of these things carrying it all up, right? At 5 at a time. I want that, please. That one, that. There. Five at a time, right? They're making good, it's making good money, by the way. It's making about $250,000 a thing. So we're actually going to take this. We're going to manage the vehicles, and we're actually going to duplicate them. We're going to, hopefully we didn't create, yep, there we go, we duplicated them, so we've now got 40 running on it. We'll see how that goes for a while, and that will hopefully now help our train, because our train's only been running half full, half empty, glass half full, glass half empty, however you want to look at it in life. That's how we've been running. So yeah, if it's going to help get the capacity of it running a lot more, then that's really good. You can see it just heading off into the distance, they're disappearing. Okay, so let's kick off now with a little bit of time-lapsing, and we'll get this station up and running and decorate it a little bit too, and get it looking good. We're going to start with retaining these. Then I'm going to put in, like I did concrete it up. You can see up here, I've kept it quite bland. We've got gravel. You could think of like that spraycrete stuff where they concrete spray the actual wall here to retain it, and then they've just put a regular old fence up the top here to stop anything. But over here we're going to do something a little bit different, a little bit nicer. Alright, let's kick into it. Okay, so nothing too crazy, but you can see here, what I've done here is I've raised these walls here. I'm actually going to get some signage. I thought I had signage, billboards in here. Unfortunately, I don't have billboards in here. If I click on signs, I've got nothing. If I go billboard, nothing. And I do on Billy's Bluff, so I know I've got billboard mods downloaded. So billboards will go on those things there. I'll get some more billboards set up like on top of this wall here, but you can see I kind of wanted to leave a nice sort of open with the trees section there. I've blocked off the view to the railroad. Apologies, I just got a better turn that off. Yes, you can see that I wanted to leave sort of an open area, but I wanted to put a safety barrier basically for the passengers, and much like around here, you know, we just can't have people walking onto the platform. But maybe a crooked bit of a fence there. It's not crooked, but it is. I can fix those up later anyway. But you get the general idea. And what it is, there's space here for the AI to build if it wants to build. And if not, I will probably add some more decorations in and around here. But I will add some signage, so we'll come back and check that another time. And yeah, I think these have come up really good down here. I think that just dresses up that section a little bit better. It really makes this this area through here. You get the idea of commercial, industrial as you drive down this this big main road down here. I love it. Look at that straight away. We've got a truck, pretty rusty old looking truck too, driving down there. Anyway, so yeah, a little bit more decoration around here will probably go really well. And you know, just adding things like this, I'll just show you something here, can go a long way. I want this one. What have I got in the way of? Yeah, just some bushes, you know, just in and around, can really dress up the bottom areas of areas like this, right? So through a few more bushes like that. Give me a couple of spindly ones like this. Yeah, spindly bush. Go like that, a bit like that. Maybe just a bit of a bush there, and then you just get like, you just progressively throw in a few more randomy sort of ones like that. We don't need this side pretty much. We don't need it to be concrete. Basically, it doesn't have to be concreted up. Yeah, add that like there. Get another one like about what? Actually, you can probably get a touch of a bigger one. Start to really just sort of get a couple of bigger ones just to sort of hide away some of that stuff. Or you don't even need to, really. It can just stay like that. And you get that really nice sense like that as the train runs past. Yeah, it's a bit urbanized, but it's a bit industrial. It's starting to kick into that industrial side over here. I probably could retain up this bottom angle. You can see where the actual the terrain's gone a bit funny with the train station. But anyway, I think it looks good. You can let me know what you think down below. That's just come up a lot nicer anyway. Right, so we've done this. Let's see how our progression is here now. We've got a lot more sitting on the deck, so that's fantastic. How much more is still sitting down here? Still plenty more, which means that this is going to be running even better, double the money. Yet we've still got more that we can bring up here. So that's the crazy sort of thing. Look at all our trucks, so you can see that it's definitely going to be producing a lot more. We probably could manage the vehicles. I think we'll get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 more. Hope we don't crash. There we go. Lovely. Okay, so that's really going to ramp up the production of iron getting up the hill now. Really great mod. Still really love it. That's sort of done and dusted though now with its stuff. All we have to do now is plug that line in, like I said. Where we're going to go from here all the way down to yonder. Okay, so we are coming straight. Wait, did I already have a passenger line in there? No, I didn't. Okay. Into here, please. Now, you can come into the same one. Have we got a diamond junction there? Yeah, we do have a diamond junction. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get you to come into that one. Just in case we've got, you know, that train's coming in, and then we can have you come in that way. I am going to leave you bright green just so I can see how you work against everything else. You need to be running two-way. You shouldn't be running single track. down this way, unless you haven't got the... Okay. I haven't put a diamond junction in here. But out of this... Okay, I see where we can add it up here, potentially. Ooh, we might be a bit tight. Ooh, this is potentially going to be too tight for that. Look, because we've only got... Well, you could run it here. It's no drama running it there, I guess. We do have the other train coming up, so what you'd need to do... Right, so that works for me, right? So what you'd need to do is throw in a signal just there. That way, if whatever train's coming up can just wait for the opposite one or whatever. Okay, that's fine. That's totally fine. Okay. So if this one's coming, if this iron train's rattling up here and the passenger one's coming out, it just has to wait there. Like it would, but at least it gives it the space it knows it has to. Right, so I'm glad we put the more trucks on because you still got 4 more carriages. So we're slowly filling up those carriages, which is really good. I want to monitor that. I want to see how much it gets when it hits the bottom, just with even still with 4 carriages missing. Because this price is definitely coming down. And that's, so you can see here it's starting to climb up. Okay, when it gets a half decent load. So we want to make sure its heads down. Give me that train back. Just going to sit that there. Right, and you know what we might do, which might be nice, is we might buy the passenger train here. Right, we better give it a naming convention too. Still in 2 minds. Look, you're always better off running point to points. You're going to make, you're going to shift a lot more passengers that way. And with the size of these lines, I don't think running a full circuit with multiple trains is the key. I still think running point to point would be the key. And people just have to get off an interchange. With this one, I still think we're gonna run that interchange service. We'll buy the train at the end and we'll ride it along, okay? Because we're not going to get up to... I'm just going to name it now. We're going to call it ING to Dayton. All stops. I just think that's funny, and I love it. I love seeing it on the train, on the actual top of the train. Right, so we're gonna buy that train at the end from here. Hopefully, it means when the train rattles out, we actually come up and around that way. It's either going to go up that way or it's going to go that way. Take your bets now. What do you think? Which way is the train going to rattle around? Either way, it's going to be a bit of a fun ride, I think. Okay, so on with the next phase. We're heading... we're coming down. Are we coming down yet? Let's just ramp up the speed here a little bit, just so we can see that train come in. It's about to come in now. Let's go back to play. It's coming past the farms down there. So, the airport down here at BR. We could have plocked it probably in here. I could pluck it probably up at Amy. I don't really want to go up at Amy. I want to get it down here where this busy hub is. The BR is basically like the capital of this side of the actual... Oh, here we go. Of the map, right? Of this island. Let's have a look. How much you making here with 4 carriages missing? Okay, so you're making all right money. So with a full load... You're probably going to be even better. And then we can probably increase your carriage capacity again and still even get more down there. Okay, so that's good to know. Right. And we are making money back again. I did spend a lot of money on terrain manipulation as well, which we're about to again now. So I've got to figure out the best way to get these planes in. If the planes are flying in, I want them to kind of take off... Not over the town, but I kind of want them to take off that way, which is kind of not very good if you're trying to land the planes and there's a big cliffside mountain there. So potentially, if we just have a look at the town itself, not the right button, Ham, this one. So your residential is smack bang straight over here, and it's already copying some rail, it's copying trams, it's copying trucks, it's copying everything. Realistically, I would have liked commercial on this side, residential on this side. It's okay. It just means that they're just going to cop a little bit more. And what I'm going to try and do... Oh, buddy, you're cutting that water there real fine. I mean... Are you dredging that bit of land, I would think. We will try and put this airport as close to this line here, I think, as we can, just to avoid that and avoid basically like crashing planes through mountains, basically, is what we want to avoid. So let's get our terrain tool out. Let's get the flattening tool. We'll get the square one because we want to build this on a grid again. And beautiful. Our grid is beautiful. The other thing is we could have put a lovely airport just out in the middle of the water here and run a... Wow, we could run a causeway to it, couldn't we? We put in the land. The ships will actually go around, so they would just have to go around. Might be quite nice, you know. Okay, here we go. Well then, give me a little bit of that, the hill. Give me that. I just want to bring this up a touch. Ooh, I'd say that's probably about perfect. Just, yeah, that's probably enough. Hopefully this ship goes around it. Yeah, look at what we've done to the ship now. The ship's like, are you serious? Where did that come from? Just increase speed. Let this ship go past while we do this work here. Yeah, you won't be doing that much sooner. You can see that it has to come back that way, and next time it'll readjust its service. We're not going to come too much further out here, out in the water. I kind of want to go like more that way. Okay, here we go. So we'll start off like this. We want to get this nice and square. Very, very man-made here. We're going to put a causeway out to it, like we always do. Increase our brush size. Oh, dear. I've done that wrong. Yeah, I actually did that very wrong, Ham. Okay, fix that back up. Increase the brush size, but make sure that when you do the brush size increase, that you don't, you're better off doing that. Now increase the brush size. Yes, okay, there we go. Right, there's our bit of land. Right, that's nice. We're probably not going to go much bigger than that, to be honest. So I just, if I can clear... Hey, buddy. I need to see what's going on here. We can't have ships going through the middle of our airport. That's going to look ridiculous. Okay, and then I suppose, you know, we could just put a little bit of man-made terrain just here and have not a ridiculously large causeway across to here that's going to link up with this nice road just here. So yeah, that can probably sit like that. And then we want to clean up these back edges a little bit. Right, and that is the airport. So I'm just trying to get it really neat for when I do the retaining on this. There we go, nice square. Don't worry about that little shallow section there. As long as we're looking pretty good elsewhere, I can retain up this nicely. Autosave. Come on, buddy. But you get basically the gist of it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do much like I did here. Retain around the edges of it and get that nice man-made look down here at the airport as well. So when the plane's flying, it's going to look spectacular over the water. And if anyone ever followed along my Lonely Pines episodes, I did something very similar with that. Outside of the Parramatta town that I had there as well. I think that should be fine. We can... yeah, that's better. Okay, that's looking pretty good. That's looking nice and square, so I can get that retained up and decorated. Let's have a look at the airport now itself. We are... Cargo airport. We will run predominantly... Oh, wow. Okay, I really miscalculated how much space I needed, didn't I? Oh, boy. We might even spin it so it comes that way. Yeah. Okay. I really misjudged how much land we actually needed. I'm thinking it needs to sit like... Well, actually, you know what? It could... The airport could sit crooked, but the land could still be straight. And that really gives us a takeoff past the mountains and a landing, avoiding the actual town. Okay. Well, get your squares out, people. We are in for A lot more land here. More than I actually anticipated. Okay. I totally misjudged how big the airport was, didn't I? Okay. I actually really didn't think it took that much land, but oh boy. You can see how much money we are using for terrain manipulation too. There's something really cool my father told me once about airports. When they actually flatten the land, and I don't know if you know about this, when they build runways, they actually cover after they've laid the runway or flattened the land, they actually cover it in really big, heavy plots, like really big piles of sand and stuff for about 5 years to cure it. And keep it flat, so you get this perfect flat runway before they ever lift it up and then do the finishing touches on it and everything. It was a really cool thing. I never knew that they actually did that. Right, so we need a little bit more land out the back or towards the front here. I'm thinking we could go more towards the front here. So a bit like this. Now, what I'm actually thinking, which will be cool, is we leave this water bit here, so the last bit of the takeoff, and like in Sydney's the same. In Sydney, when you land into Sydney, you actually land in from over the water, and it's actually quite an eerie, spectacular feeling. Right, so that's kind of what I'm thinking, although I think if it ran square would look a bit better, wouldn't it? And I think we can get away with it. Do I want to leave space for a double runway? I kind of do. Now, if I run that there, one day I might be able to squeeze in another runway here. So, if I'm doing that, we'll be able to run it in like... Well, I'll be able to extend out the land and run another one in if I need. Right, so that's the airport basically there. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to run some I'll build some car parks and stuff around here for decoration and everything. I'll actually chew back some of the land, but first let's get the road in. Hey, let's first get our road in. I'm not going to have it so people can build over here, so I want to actually go this road here. We will run like this, right? Then in true ham style, I'm going to leave that down there for extra, because we're going to need cargo planes to be able to come in here. So it looks like they're going to land in from that way, and they're going to take off that way, which is totally fine. Now in true ham fashion, it would be an episode if I didn't get a roundabout in. Okay, I know what you're saying, ham, and I don't care. Right, so I'm going to run the roundabout there. All airports have roundabouts anyway, so it's not like I'm doing something out of the usual. Okay, you give a nice little swerve into there. Then we're going to run our bridge over here. I want to change up that bridge actually. Can I get like you're going to run like that, are you? You're not going to allow it because you're too low. You're just too low. What if I give you a slight little hump? Okay, you're allowed to have a hump, surely. Now, I don't want the bridge to be like that. You wouldn't have a bridge like that where there's an airport. You would have just a lovely little casual causeway slash thing like that. Right. Now, once again, just here, we're going to clean up some of this road stuff just here by putting in another roundabout. Such. Then we're going to run you into here, which is totally fine. And then we can go back to the city road just here. I want to fix up these junctions just here quickly. We're actually going to run you down into there. I'm going to run you up. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hey, buddy. Straight for me, please. Now you can have a bit of a curve into there. Right. Get it, got it good. Yeah. How does that apply for your... Well, we don't have a bus service coming that way anyway, so that's fine. We will have to get some kind of a tram link out here, and I think we're going to run maybe a tram into town to link it up, and that will link up with potentially the train station, right? So we'll get these trams. We'll run an actual special Airlink tram out to here. But down here, I'm going to leave it. I'm going to leave that road just dead-ended at the moment. Because we will... Actually, you know what? We will chuck it in now. We will throw it in. We've got passengers. We've got a depot. I'm going to move the depot building. Do I want double passengers? Not yet. I'm going to run cargo down this end. I'm going to run a hangar near it, which is fine. I'm going to leave space here for decoration and stuff as well. Yeah, that suits me a whole lot better. Now we've got a logistics, so if... actually, you know what? I want to switch these around. I want the hangar down the end. Right there, and I want that in there. That way, I can leave this end here, so when the planes are coming in or going out to take, or when they're taking off, they can take off out over this water. For the moment, I'm probably gonna... We're not gonna run 2 strips. I am gonna take this land back. Because I really want to get that feel. That's not gonna work. You need to... Really want to get that feel for the plane taking off over the water. If you get my mean, like here, really want to get that feel for that. So if we ever need to put in another strip, we know that we can just add it in later. It's totally fine. I can probably do this in my own time too when I'm redecorating and bringing you guys back. But yeah, you get the idea anyway of where we're at. We're sort of at with this and where we're heading. We want to be able to get passengers and cargo down this line from the other side of the map and so on, vice versa. Okay, that's our lot for today. So that's gone in. We can start to get that hook up. Let's go over. I think that looks really good. We've got so much going on down here now, and I think once this town really builds out with the airport in place, it's going to look really, really good, and I can't wait till we get things flowing. I mean, look at the view from that. If you just hit Alt-G, what a busy looking place this is, you know. Very, very cool indeed. Airport out over the water, massive just port here. So when the planes might actually come and fly in, you're probably going to come in over the top of the port, past the town. Oh, what a view. Ham. It hasn't even happened yet. I know. Let's go buy a train and do a track ride along. Also, Alt-G. We're buying a train from here. Right, gang, so thanks for joining me today. Let's start doing the outros now, hey? Buy a vehicle. I don't know where we're buying this from today, but we're going passenger, multiple, electric, and we're going to keep it the same. This one, I think we're going to go the 282. Or the 28. I think we've used the 286. Maybe we should go the 266. Let's go the 266. Okay, buy that. We're going to set it on Inglewood and Dayton, all stops. Okay, which you're in line 1, position 1 always. I got to start using other ones. All right, let's go to that. I didn't realize we were on that play button there. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Inglewood to Dayton, all stops. Enjoy this track ride along today. Thank you for joining me. We got a lot done. I hope you enjoyed the little bit of time lapsing. Hope you enjoyed the airport build that we've got going in place. And stay tuned for next episode when we start to look at hooking all those up. We need to also start looking at getting a the rail link for the actual airports on both ends. So that's going to be interesting how we do that too. All right, looks like we're going this way today. Should we ride from inside the driver's cockpit? No, don't do that. Just ride from outside. Thank you for joining me once again. Stay safe wherever you are. Stay glued to your screen, team. And I will see you all very soon.
closing. Please stand clear.